Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 26th. This week, we're going to jump right in here. You have this card that says your commitment is being tested, and you have this other card that says step out of a comfort zone. So, yeah, I think that a lot of you Scorpios have been working on something for a while, like a project, a business, an idea, something that you want to see be successful. And, you know, I feel this is more you're coming up. I mean, this first row is your past position. So, you know, I feel this is something that you've been dealing with. It's like the universe has really been testing you and seeing if you're actually committed to something or not, right? And I feel you have been committed. So, you know, I would just keep pushing. I think that there are little changes here and there that you could make, like especially if you're working on your career, your business, you know, whatever you do to make money, it doesn't matter. I think that there are just like little things you could do. Like you could learn how to do things in a better way. You could educate yourself. You could, you know, ask for a raise or promotion at work. There's all sorts of stuff that you could do, like I said, but, and I think that's what this comfort zone thing is talking about. It's saying like, you know, doing those things will bring you more success. So, that's what I would do there. You have the Queen of Swords, Three of Cups, and the Hierophant here. The Queen of Swords is about seeing things clearly for the first time, and she only has clouds halfway up her body. She's looking over to the Seven of Pentacles here. So it's like, you know that there's a change that you have to make in your life. Yes, you do, right here. To the Wheel of Fortune, definitely positive change that you will be making in your life. What's crazy is that Cancer also had a card of happiness, but right here, not here. And so I feel for a lot of you, and, you know, it could just be a very happy time for water signs in general. You have the Three of Cups as well. Three of Cups is a card of celebration, happiness, joy, celebrating with community. I even feel like some of you could be building a community, like a following. That could be on social media or, you know, whatever the case may be. And if you're doing that, I feel that will be very successful for you as well. I also see, for some reason, I have the word abundance here. Three of Cups can represent a harvest. It's not like exactly a card of abundance, but it is popping into my head. So again, if you are working on building a following or whatever, I do feel there's like a lot of abundance that could be coming in for you here. You have the Hierophant. The Hierophant can represent marriage. I just want to see what else is going on here. So the Hierophant can represent marriage, but also the Hierophant can just represent blessings. He's making this symbol right here with his hands that represents blessings. So he's blessing these two initiates that are in front of him. And so I feel you are receiving more blessings. I feel like you're also seeing better results for the work that you do. So whatever it is, there's something going on here with your work. And whatever you do for work, even if you're retired, you still do something, I'm sure, every single day. So you put your energy into something. That's what we're talking about with work. And whatever that is changing, even this way here. So even if you're retired, you could be like developing a new daily routine, or you could be working on different things during the day, or you could be developing a new hobby. If you do work, then like I said, there is some sort of change going on in the way that you work, and I feel it's going to be very beneficial and more efficient as well. Yes, with the Queen of Swords, you have the Eight of Wands. Quick success, quick, good things coming in for you. Also amazing, I give up. But, also amazing for social media. If you work in social media, amazing. If you're thinking about like having creating a social media for your business or whatever, definitely popping into my head that it would be really good for you. I feel like there's nothing you need to do other than post. So there's no like secret sauce or anything, right? I would just start putting stuff out there, and that's all I'm getting on the Eight of Wands. With the Three of Cups, you have the Fool here. The Fool is about taking some sort of leap of faith. And what are you taking a leap of faith for? This could be love. There's not really a love reading, right? So I think love is always available to us if we want it, but I think that, you are more focused on work this week. Having said that, if you do want love, I do see some of you maybe taking a leap of faith to like go spend time with friends or people who are important to you, and that could be where you are meeting people, right, is through friends. With the Hierophant, you have the Wheel of Fortune. You basically start and end with the Wheel of Fortune. That would tell me that your fortunes are changing for the better. So we definitely see some sort of increase in your fortunes, and which, again, is going to be a good thing. Now, you also show up here on the Wheel of Fortune right here as the eagle or the phoenix. Really, it's a phoenix, but traditionally, Scorpio was the phoenix in astrology, not the scorpion. And, I feel that you are showing up in a strong position, showing up with the Wheel of Fortune. I would also encourage you to look into mysteries with the Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes the Wheel of Fortune, I feel that it kind of represents needing to learn something that is a mystery. So if you're trying to get anything to grow, could be yourself, could be your business, could be your health, your spirituality. The Wheel of Fortune says there are opportunities that exist for you to grow in whatever it is that you want to do, but you have to do your research, right? You have this moth in this horse card. The horse is about building momentum and things speeding up in your life. Now, this is coming up in your present position. The moth is, a card of kind of like a moth to a flame, being attracted to something here is kind of what's popping into my head. So I do feel that you need to pay attention to the sun. And the reason I say that is because you have the sun right here. This going from hangman to the sun says you need to pay attention to enlightenment. You are becoming aware of something is what, this looks like something entering into your awareness to me, where you become aware of, a business you want to start, you become aware of an idea or something that you want to improve in your life. And I know that sounds subtle, and it probably will be subtle. You probably will just, maybe one day this week, you're just like, this exists, this idea. And I would pay attention to that, even if it's subtle, is what this is saying to me intuitively. The horse kind of represents momentum and building momentum. So it kind of says whatever you are becoming aware of is something that really could add some speed to your life. The hangman, he's in hangman mode. He's gained enlightenment. His head is glowing on this card. He has gained a certain understanding, but it's time for him to get off the pole. He's hanging from, really, it's a tree. It's a tree of knowledge and wisdom, but he's learned everything that he needs to learn, and now it's time for him to start taking action. He needs to put into practice what he has learned. And that's how he will become successful. So, I feel like there could be a lot of success coming in for you with the hangman if you start taking action in a direction. And you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is what you have been working on up into this point, or are the things that you put energy into, are they worth it or not? I think the secret to success for the next 20 years is cause and effect. I always say this to everybody because it's just that simple. Try something new in your life. If it works, great, double down on it. If it doesn't work, try something else. And we can really start small. I really think we're going to see a lot of people over the next 20 years go from literally nothing to something very, very big, right? But those people, they're going to take tiny little chunks, 1% improvements. That's why I preach this stuff so much. People are just like, why do you repeat yourself? I'm like, why haven't you started making 1% improvements yet? Then I will stop repeating myself. But also, probably not, because I need to hear it as well. But the people that do this, mark my words, you will be very successful if you just start making those tiny little improvements. But there's also, probably some sort of change coming in for you. Seven of Pentacles, change in direction. Wheel of Fortune at the end, in the beginning, change in direction. You have the Two of Pentacles right between it. So you clearly have a choice to make. You have the Four of Pentacles. You could be letting go of something that you've been holding on to, Scorpio, right? I feel like this is a very Scorpio thing, needing to let go of something that you've been holding on to for a very long time, right? Let's see. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Five of Wands. We don't really see a lot of conflict in the reading itself, but Five of Wands can be conflict and competition. I kind of feel like you are maybe thinking about doing something where there is a lot of conflict or a lot of competition for something that you want. And so, I kind of feel in a lot of ways that you need to release something or let go of something that has brought conflict into your life. I am also getting something here about needing to take part in competition or something. It's not very clear, the message that I'm getting there, but there might be a lot of competition for what you're doing. But as I always say, if you're meant to do something, it doesn't matter how many people are doing it. If you're meant to do it, it's meant for you. So I wouldn't worry about competition. With the Hangman, you have the Eight of Cups. Yes, it's time to walk away from, being in this position of analysis paralysis, right? Seven of Pentacles is my card of analysis paralysis, thinking that there's more to learn. When you've learned all that you can learn, your next step is to just take action. Your next step is to just get moving forward, right? And I feel that's what this is saying here, is that things will never be perfect. So it's time for you to take the next step. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords about moving on to calmer shores, heading towards calmer shores. So I feel like you are moving on to calmer shores here. This woman and this child in this boat, they're completely moving on. They're completely letting go of the past, and they're just hoping that things, for a brighter future, basically, on the other side. And so I feel like there is a brighter future. I think, I feel like things are improving. Things are getting better for you on the other side if you move forward here. Next, you have this Aspen Spirit says courage. You have this grace card. So I feel that you are letting go of something with grace, maybe, especially if you're moving on from a job or a position. I also do feel you need to have the courage to face something with that Five of Wands. Five of Wands is conflict, competition, like I already said, but sometimes I call Five of Wands Indiana Jones. It's like a card of going on a crazy adventure in your life and to get some treasure, right? And so you could be trying to get some treasure from something that you've been working on for a long time, or again, maybe you see a result that you could have. It's almost like I feel like saying a goal, but it's like no result. My brain, my intuition, whatever you want to call it, is correcting itself, and it's saying no, there's a result that Scorpio wants from something. And so there could be a specific result that you have your eye on, and I feel like you can accomplish it. You have the Sun here, best card in the tarot, so there's clearly something that you can accomplish. The sun, shines a light on things that we need to pay attention to. I always say the sun is kind of part of our attention. It's trying to get our attention. It is a very good card, but like I said, it's like a spotlight. It is shining its light onto something that you need to move towards, that you need to bring into your life, or whatever you want to call it. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like there's a big opportunity for you to manifest something that's important for you, and the universe is trying to get you to pay attention to it. So I would pay attention to your attention with the sun. You also have the Temperance card. I feel like you've been very patient, or you've been kind of going back and forth on something with the Temperance card. And the Temperance card is about turning one thing into another. I really feel you're trying to turn your situation around. So you're trying to improve your situation. I also get something here about you it's like you're trying to increase your freedom, or you're trying to bring more freedom, or you're trying to create more freedom in your life or something. I don't know, it's popping into my head that way. So whatever it is, I feel that it's a good thing that you're doing. I kind of see you going on adventures to improve your freedom here as well. And I feel like you've been on many adventures before. Like maybe you've tried to improve your financial freedom, for example, and you've tried, multiple businesses, or you've tried multiple different career paths. And it almost looks like, to me, you are kind of landing on something with the Wheel of Fortune that really does change your fortunes. You have the Two of Pentacles. I see a lot of just back and forth here, not in a bad way though. I feel that you're kind of looking at things that you work on in your life, and you're seeing the things that are worth it, and you're seeing the other things that are not worth it. And I really just see you kind of like doubling down on the good stuff and getting rid of the rest. And I see you doing a lot of that type of back and forth, where you're saying, these activities move my life forward, these other activities slow me down, and I'm just going to focus on the things that speed me up and not the things that slow me down. So let's see, Scorpio. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a card of marriage, but again, I wouldn't really call this a love reading. The Four of Wands is a card of freedom, and the thing with the Four of Wands is that it kind of represents completion. It looks like a finish line here, and these people are celebrating on the other side of a portal. And so I always say that the Four of Wands is really like a portal card. You have to cross through some sort of threshold to be able to be set free. Like I was saying, there's like some sort of result that you are hoping for, where that result will set you free. I don't know. That's how it's popping into my head. It's almost like there's a number. It's like if you have a business, it's like you're saying to yourself, when I hit, $1,000 a day, that's when I'll quit my job or something. That's what I'm getting at here with a result. Same thing with love. If you want love, it's like you're saying to yourself, when I meet a person who does this, then I will, marry that person or whatever. I don't know, but it's popping into my head as a result. I hope that makes sense. With the Temperance card, you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is letting go of something, which we know right here. You're clearly letting go of something. Six of Swords. Like I said, on the Six of Swords, that woman and the child in the boat, they are completely releasing the past, and they are moving forward for the hopes of a brighter future. And right here, you have a bright future with the Sun. So I feel like it's perfectly safe for you to move forward. With the Sun, you have the Justice card. I do feel like some of you maybe have been waiting for something legal to process. So, if you're dealing with a divorce, for example, maybe you've been waiting for a divorce so that you can go meet a new person. Maybe you've been dealing with like custody or, something else. It is popping into my head that way. For the rest of you that are not dealing with something legal, this is the card of cause and effect. So, like I said, cause and effect seems to be very important for you. Just looking around here at the cards, there's a lot of cards that would really represent that, like doubling down on the good stuff. And I feel as long as you do that, you will find more success. Next, in the area of the good stuff, doesn't matter what comes up here, it's going to be good no matter what. You have the Phoenix. There you go. It says, they couldn't stop you. You're coming back stronger. This is all a test of strength, pushing you beyond your comfort zone. Coming up in the good stuff, I would say you're passing the test. And you have this happiness card. It says, things are going well and feeling fulfilled in life. So clearly, things are going well for you or will be going well for you, and you are finding fulfillment in your life, which is great. I also feel that you're kind of like, I think things are just going, it's like there's a little bit more wind in your sails. Let's put it that way. I don't feel like things are perfect. We are definitely not in a perfect time. That is for sure. But I feel that you feel a little bit more supported, which is great. It's just like that little bit extra that you need to, change your fortunes. Right here, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So clearly your fortunes are turning in your favor. I feel like you're finding a lot of success, growth, abundance. I also feel something about good news here. So if you've been waiting on approval, or especially if you've been waiting for something to close out, is what I'm hearing, then I feel this is going to be good news and whatever you've been waiting for to close out. And it's like you've been trying to close out a cycle, or you've been trying to close out a situation or something. It is popping into my head. You do have the Justice card, like I said, so it could be something legal that you've been trying to close out, but whatever it is, looks good. You have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is about going on some sort of adventure. So I do feel like you could be going on an adventure here to create something new in your life. The Page of Wands is like an adventure for fun. It's about moving towards your enthusiasm. I do see some of you could be traveling in the future as well. So, if you're hoping to travel or move, it looks to me like you could be traveling or moving. You have the Queen of Pentacles. I think that this year you are probably going to be more focused on increasing your resources anyway. So I don't know. This is kind of boring to me because I just feel this is what Scorpio is doing this year, is you are focusing on increasing your resources. This could be your time, the amount of time you have during the day. It doesn't just have to be money. It could be the time you have to give to people. It could be your emotional resources. It could be all of that all together. And I feel you're very focused on kind of creating more, which is a good thing, or you're protecting what you have. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the King of Swords. This could represent a mentor or someone you look up to who could change your situation very quickly. So if you have a person you look up to, I would definitely tap in to that resource of that person because, they could help you. They could be helping guide you in a new direction. But I just see this, sometimes I feel with the King of Swords that it just represents a person who could solve your problems very quickly. So if you're dealing with any problems or challenges, this could be a person who solves your problems quickly. With the Page of Wands, you have the Death card. You showing up here. You show up basically like 4 times. Wheel of Fortune twice. You show up on the Phoenix and the Death card. Whenever you show up as yourself, puts you in a position of power and strength, really allows you to get what you want from the reading. And with the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is a card that says teamwork makes the dream work. So if you are working together with other people, then there could be a lot of success coming in for you in working with other people. So I would definitely recommend it. Okay, you have a lot of repeating cards that want to come out. I always clarify these monthly cards. This card says June on it. You have this funnel. It says period of frustration, lessons to be learned. So again, I feel like if you've been dealing with frustration, it just seems like you're trying to work towards something but getting the same result and like hoping that you can get more of a result. It's like you do a certain amount of work and you think that amount of work should equal whatever it equals, right? And I feel like you haven't been getting that, but I feel that's about to change. You have this other card. It says happiness on it. Clearly, you are going to be very happy. You have this teardrops card. It says great personal sorrow. I feel like you've been having some sad days for sure. Maybe you've been having days where you have been crying or something here. Sorry about that, Scorpio, but I think you're clearly about to step into a period of happiness and joy. You have this beetle. It says good fortune. Definitely a change in your fortunes. The whole entire reading talks about a change in your fortunes. So there you go. You have this parrot. It says someone will gossip about you and all your secrets. Everybody's been getting these cards of gossip and blah, 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 whatever. I tell people to ignore it. So clearly there's something going on in the energy where people could be talking behind your back or, whatever the case may be. And like I said, I would just completely ignore it. You have this clock card that says, be careful, do not take risk. And then you have this candle card that says, you will be shown the way. I disagree with this card here, this risk card, because I do think we are in a time where we need to take risks, but we should be taking calculated risk, not like ridiculous, crazy out there risk. So I would make sure that you are taking only calculated risks with this card and not like putting yourself out there in some weird way. I would also trust your intuition or your inner guidance system with this candle card. So again, if you're, if you're wanting to take a risk or if you're wanting to grow your business or whatever, I feel like you are going to receive guidance. And those are the types of risks I would take where you feel like inspired to do something, the sun, or you feel excited to do something. But pretty good reading. I feel like there's a lot of happiness here as well. So you're about to be very happy, but it looks really good. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.